Love gardening but tired of sore knees, stiff backs, or aching hands? You're not alone, and you don't have to give it up. With the right tips, you can garden longer, safer, and with more joy. In this video, we'll share 10 simple hacks that make planting, pruning, and harvesting easier, no matter your age, strength, or experience. From clever tools to pain-saving techniques, you'll discover how to keep your garden thriving without wearing yourself out. Like, subscribe, and join the Evergreen Seniors, where growing smarter means growing easier. Garden from a chair. Do you love gardening but find that bending, kneeling, or crouching leaves you sore and exhausted? You're not alone. Many gardeners, especially as we get older, find that the joy of tending plants is sometimes overshadowed by the aches that come with traditional gardening positions. The good news? You don't have to choose between your body's comfort and your love for growing things. One of the simplest, most effective hacks is to garden from a chair. Imagine sitting comfortably with a cup of tea nearby, tending to flowers, herbs, or vegetables without the constant strain on your back, knees, and hips. By making your garden meet you at a comfortable height, you can keep doing what you love for years to come. How to make it work? Raised beds at waist height. Build or buy raised beds that are about 28 to 34 inches high, perfect for working while seated or standing without bending. Repurpose patio tables. A sturdy outdoor table can be turned into a planting station by adding pots, containers, or shallow planter boxes. Go vertical. Vertical planters, hanging baskets, and wall-mounted pockets let you grow flowers, herbs, and even leafy greens without ever touching the ground. Why it helps? When you lift the garden to your level, you instantly reduce strain on your back and knees. This means less fatigue, fewer aches, and more time enjoying the fun part of gardening: planting, pruning, and harvesting. Extra senior-friendly tip: gardening should lift your spirit, not throw out your back. Take breaks, keep a comfortable chair in your garden space, and let your tools and garden design do the heavy lifting. Bonus comfort hacks: use lightweight watering cans or a hose with a spray wand, so you don't have to carry heavy water. Keep tools in a rolling cart or small tote to avoid repeated trips. Choose ergonomic tools with cushioned grips to reduce hand strain. By adjusting your setup, you're not just making gardening easier, you're making it sustainable. Your garden will keep blooming, and so will your connection to it. And that's the real joy, knowing you can keep growing, season after season, without pushing your body past its limits. Use laundry baskets as garden beds. Who says you need fancy, expensive planters to grow fresh herbs or veggies? Sometimes the best gardening solutions are hiding in plain sight, or in your laundry room. A simple plastic laundry basket can become an instant, lightweight, and budget-friendly garden bed. Here's how it works. Grab a sturdy plastic laundry basket, the kind with holes already in the sides. And if the bottom is solid, drill a few extra drainage holes. Line it with landscape fabric, burlap, or even an old pillowcase to keep the soil from spilling out. Then, fill it with a good quality potting mix. Plant your herbs, lettuce, spinach, or even strawberries, and you're ready to grow. Why this hack is brilliant. Lightweight and portable, you can move your basket garden to chase the sun or protect plants from harsh weather. Cheap to replace. If one cracks or wears out, it's easy to swap for another without breaking the bank. Space saver, perfect for balconies, patios, or small yards. No digging required. Great for shallow root crops. Lettuce, basil, chives, radishes, and pansies thrive in baskets. Extra tips for success. If your basket has large side holes, line it well so soil stays put. Add a thin layer of mulch to help retain moisture. Water regularly. Baskets can dry out faster than traditional beds. This hack is perfect for gardeners who want to grow without heavy lifting, kneeling, or battling rocky soil. It's also a fantastic project for kids or grandkids. They'll love the novelty of growing food in something unexpected. And here's the best part. Your garden can be as creative as you are. Painted baskets, mismatched colors, or themed herb gardens all add personality and charm. The only limit is your imagination. Have you ever gardened in something unusual? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your most creative garden container idea. Sometimes the smartest gardening isn't about spending more money. It's about seeing everyday items in a whole new way. With laundry baskets, you can grow beauty and flavor anywhere, without the aches and pains that come with traditional beds. Foam grips for tools. Gardening should be a joy, not a struggle against sore, tired hands. But for many of us, especially if we have arthritis, reduced grip strength, or just spend a lot of time with our tools, the hard, narrow handles on trowels, pruners, or rakes can make gardening uncomfortable. The good news? You don't need expensive ergonomic tools to make a big difference. A few cents worth of foam pipe insulation can transform your gardening experience. Here's the hack. Foam pipe insulation, that squishy, tube-shaped material you find at hardware stores, is designed to slip over pipes to keep them warm. But it also happens to be the perfect cushion for garden tool handles. Just cut a piece to fit your tool's handle length. Slit it open if it's not pre-slit, and slide it on. That's it. Why it works? Cushioning. The foam spreads out the pressure, making handles softer and more forgiving on joints. Grip boost. The larger diameter makes it easier to hold, especially for stiff or painful hands. Insulation. In cooler months, the foam prevents the cold metal from chilling your hands. Budget-friendly. It costs just cents per tool and lasts for years. Accessibility focus. Perfect for arthritic hands or reduced grip strength, and costs just cents. This small change can make the difference between gardening for 10 minutes and gardening for an hour. Extra tips. Bright-colored foam makes tools easier to spot in the garden. If the foam slips, secure it with tape or zip ties. Works on more than just garden tools. Try it on broom handles, walking sticks, or even watering cans. Why you'll love it. This is one of those "why didn't I think of this sooner?" hacks. You're not just protecting your hands, you're protecting your ability to enjoy gardening for years to come. It's a simple fix that gives you more comfort, more control, and more energy to focus on what you love, the plants. What's your go-to comfort hack for gardening? Share your best tip. It might help someone keep gardening pain-free. With a little foam and a few minutes of time, your tools become kinder to your hands, and your garden becomes a place of joy instead of discomfort. Self-watering containers. Do you ever feel like you're in a constant race to keep your plants watered, especially in the heat of summer? Daily watering can be tiring, especially if you're tending multiple containers or have mobility challenges. The solution? Self-watering containers that take the work off your hands and keep your plants happy. Here's the hack. You can buy self-watering pots, but it's just as easy and cheaper to make your own. One popular method is the double pot system. Place a smaller pot inside, a larger one with a water reservoir in between. The soil wicks up moisture as needed, so your plants stay consistently hydrated. Or try the DIY bottle reservoir. 1. Take a clean plastic bottle and cut the bottom off. 2. Poke a few small holes in the bottle cap. 3. Fill the bottle with water and push it upside down into the soil near the roots. 4. Water slowly seeps out, keeping soil moist without drowning your plants. Why it works? Plants get steady moisture, reducing stress and improving growth. Less bending, lifting, and carrying heavy watering cans. Saves time and water, especially during dry spells. Extra tips for success. Use opaque bottles or cover the reservoir to reduce algae growth. Add a layer of mulch on top to further slow evaporation. Perfect for tomatoes, peppers, herbs, and other thirsty plants. Accessibility bonus. Self-watering setups are fantastic for gardeners with arthritis, chronic pain, or limited mobility. They turn daily chores into weekly check-ins, freeing your energy for the fun parts of gardening. What's your trick to avoid watering every day? Share it in the comments. We might feature it in our next video. With self-watering containers, you're not just saving effort, you're creating a garden that almost takes care of itself. That means more time to sit back, sip your tea, and enjoy watching your plants grow strong and healthy. Perennials over annuals. If you love gardening but want to spend less time replanting and more time enjoying, here's a tip that will change the way you grow. Choose perennials over annuals. Annuals live fast and die young. You plant them in spring, enjoy them for a season, and then they're gone. Perennials, on the other hand, are the steady friends of the garden world. You plant them once, and they come back year after year, often getting stronger, fuller, and more beautiful over time. Here's the hack. Fill your garden with hardy perennials like lavender, mint, chives, oregano, thyme, echinacea, and daylilies. Once established, They need far less attention than annuals, and many are drought-tolerant, pest-resistant, and forgiving if you miss a watering or two. Why it works? Less work. No need to dig and replant every spring. More value. A one-time investment pays off for years. Resilient beauty. Most perennials are tougher than annuals, standing up to weather swings and pests. Pollinator-friendly. Many perennials provide nectar for bees and butterflies year after year. Extra tips. Group perennials with similar water and sunlight needs to make maintenance easier. Choose a mix of early, mid, and late-season bloomers for color across the whole growing season. Many herbs like chives, oregano, and thyme are perennial in mild climates, and taste even better in their second and third years. Plant once, enjoy for years. That's gardening the wise way. There's something deeply satisfying about watching a plant you put in years ago come back stronger each spring. It's like an old friend greeting you after a long winter. Accessibility bonus. For seniors or gardeners with limited mobility, perennials mean fewer, heavy planting days and more time spent enjoying your garden's beauty. What's your favorite perennial in your garden and why? Share in the comments so we can inspire other gardeners to plant it too. By shifting your focus from short-lived blooms to lasting plants, you're creating a garden that rewards you with color, fragrance, and harvest for years to come with far less effort. That's not just smart gardening. That's joyful gardening. Mulch for moisture and weed control. If there's one simple habit that can transform your garden and save you hours of work, it's mulching. A layer of mulch acts like a protective blanket for your soil, keeping it moist, cool, and far less inviting to weeds. Whether you're tending vegetables, flowers, or shrubs, mulch can make your garden easier to manage and more productive. Here's the hack. Spread 2 to 4 inches of mulch, such as wood chips, straw, shredded leaves, pine needles, or even shredded paper around your plants. Keep it a few inches away from stems or trunks to prevent rot, and let it work its quiet magic. Why it works? Moisture retention. Mulch slows evaporation, meaning you water less often. Weed reduction. It blocks sunlight, preventing weed seeds from sprouting. Temperature control. Keeps roots cooler in summer and warmer in winter. Soil health. As organic mulches break down, they feed the soil with nutrients. Effort-saving tip. Less watering, fewer weeds, more time to enjoy your garden swing. With mulch doing the hard work for you, you can spend more time enjoying the sights, smells, and sounds of your garden instead of constantly weeding and watering. Extra tips for success. Wood chips, great for pathways and around perennials. Straw or shredded leaves, perfect for vegetable beds, light and easy to spread. Shredded paper/cardboard, ideal for temporary coverage, or under other mulch for double protection. Refresh annually. Top up mulch each year to keep benefits strong. Accessibility bonus. For gardeners with limited mobility or strength, mulch can drastically reduce the need for bending, pulling weeds, or hauling heavy watering cans. It's a one-time effort with long-term payoff. What's your favorite mulch material and why? Share your go-to choice so other gardeners can give it a try. By using mulch, you're not just making your garden look neat. You're building a healthier, easier to care for space. It's the kind of low-effort, high-reward gardening that keeps you outside enjoying your plants, instead of feeling worn out by them. Garden with a 5-gallon bucket. When you think garden, you might picture neat rows in the ground or raised beds brimming with plants. But what if you could grow a thriving harvest in something as simple and inexpensive as a 5-gallon bucket? This humble hardware store staple is one of the most versatile tools in gardening, and it's perfect for gardeners who want to save space, reduce bending, or create a mobile garden. Here's the hack. Get a standard food-safe 5-gallon bucket and drill 6 to 8 drainage holes in the bottom. Fill it with high-quality potting. Mix, not heavy garden soil, and plant crops like tomatoes, potatoes, peppers, lettuce, basil, or even strawberries. With proper care, these buckets can yield impressive harvests. No plot of land required. Why it works? Portability. Move your bucket garden to chase the sun, avoid storms, or make watering easier. Space saver. Perfect for patios, balconies, or driveways. Accessibility. Buckets can be elevated on stands, tables, or benches for comfortable seated gardening. Cost-effective. Buckets are cheap, widely available, and last for years. Bonus uses. Stack 2 buckets for a DIY self-watering system. Grow deep-root vegetables like carrots or potatoes by filling gradually as they grow. Paint or decorate buckets to add personality to your space. Accessibility tip for seniors or those with mobility challenges. Bucket gardens eliminate the need for kneeling and allow for flexible, pain-free gardening. They also make it easy to bring plants closer to where you spend your time, even right by your favorite garden chair. Extra tips for success. Drill side holes near the bottom for extra drainage. Add mulch on top to keep moisture in. Group buckets together for easy watering. Anyone out there growing their whole garden in buckets? Tell us what you're growing. We might feature your setup. The 5-gallon bucket proves you don't need acres of land or raised beds to enjoy fresh produce and flowers. With just a few dollars and a little creativity, you can create a flexible, portable, and productive garden that works for your space, your body, and your lifestyle. Keep tools in a garden basket. How many times have you set out to plant or prune, only to spend the first 10 minutes wandering around looking for your trowel, gloves, or pruning shears? It's frustrating, and it steals precious time and energy you could spend enjoying your garden. The simple fix? Keep your most used tools together in one easy-to-carry garden basket or a rolling cart that goes wherever you do. Here's the hack. Choose a lightweight basket, tote, or rolling garden caddy. Stock it with your gardening essentials, gloves, hand trowel, pruners, small weeder, twine, plant markers, and a spray bottle. After each gardening session, return the tools to the basket so they're always ready for next time. Why it works? Energy saver. No more walking back and forth to the shed or garage. Time saver. Everything you need is at your fingertips. Organization. Prevents tools from getting lost or left out in the weather. Flexibility. Grab your basket and head straight to the flower beds, veggie patch, or balcony garden. Energy saver tip. Less walking, less searching, more planting. The less time you spend hunting for tools, the more time you spend actually gardening, which is the fun part. Accessibility bonus. For seniors or anyone with limited stamina, having all your tools in one portable spot can make the difference between feeling tired before you start and feeling energized throughout your garden session. A rolling cart is especially helpful if lifting is difficult. Extra tips for success. Keep a few tools in duplicate, so you don't have to swap them in and out for different garden areas. Add a small waterproof pouch for seed packets and plant tags. Include sunscreen, insect repellent, and a water bottle so you stay safe and hydrated. What's the one garden tool you can't live without? Share it in the comments. Your answer might inspire someone else's perfect toolkit. With a dedicated garden basket, you're not just staying organized, you're giving yourself more time, more energy, and more joy in the garden. And that means more moments planting, harvesting, and simply soaking in the beauty of your green space. Plant dense to shade out weeds. If there's one garden chore that can drain your energy faster than the summer sun, it's pulling weeds. But what if your plants could do most of that work for you? By planting close together, a method often called square foot gardening, you can create living shade that makes it harder for weeds to take hold. Here's the hack. Instead of leaving wide spaces between plants, arrange them so mature leaves will touch or nearly touch. This canopy shades the soil, reducing the sunlight weed seeds need to sprout. It also helps the soil stay moist longer, cutting down on how often you need to water. Perfect for herb gardens. Basil, chives, oregano, and parsley grow beautifully in close quarters. Leafy greens, lettuce, spinach, kale, and arugula thrive when packed in. Compact flowers, marigolds, calendula, alyssum, and nasturtiums add beauty while blocking weeds. Why it works? Weed reduction. Less exposed soil means fewer weeds. Moisture retention. Dense planting acts like a natural mulch. Better yields in small spaces, perfect for raised beds, patio gardens, or small plots. Extra tips. Follow spacing guidelines for mature plant size, but lean toward the closer end. Group plants with similar water and sunlight needs. Use taller plants to shade more delicate ones underneath. Accessibility bonus. Dense planting means less weeding, which means less bending, kneeling, or straining, all while getting a bigger harvest in the same amount of space. Do you plant close together or give each plant lots of space? Tell us your style and your best weed-fighting trick. By letting your plants work together to shade out weeds, You're turning your garden into a self-maintaining ecosystem. That's less time with a hoe in hand and more time with a glass of iced tea, admiring your thriving, weed-free beds. Store tools and sand plus oil bucket. Rusty, dirty garden tools aren't just an eyesore, they're harder to use, wear out faster, and can even damage your plants. Cleaning and scrubbing tools after every use can feel like a chore, especially when you're ready to put your feet up after a long day in the garden. Luckily, there's a simple, low-effort trick that keeps tools clean, sharp, and rust-free, no elbow grease required. Here's the hack. Fill a clean bucket with dry sand. Mix in enough vegetable oil or mineral oil to lightly coat the sand. Think damp beach sand, not soaking wet. When you're done with your garden tools for the day, simply scrape off big clumps of soil, then plunge the tools into the sand. The abrasive sand gently removes leftover dirt, while the oil coats the metal to prevent rust. Why it works? Rust prevention. Oil creates a thin protective barrier against moisture. Self-cleaning. Sand scrapes off stuck-on soil without damaging the blade. Sharpness maintenance. Less corrosion means edges stay sharper longer. Time saver. Skip the scrubbing, soaking, and drying. Your tools are ready next time you need them. Senior-proof solution. No scrubbing, no soaking, just grab and go. This is perfect for gardeners who want to protect their tools without spending extra time or energy cleaning them after each use. Extra tips. Use a sturdy bucket with a lid if storing outdoors to keep rain out. For wooden handles, wipe occasionally with linseed oil to prevent cracking. Works for trowels, pruners, weeders, and other small metal tools. Accessibility bonus. For seniors or gardeners with arthritis, this method eliminates the strain of scrubbing and drying tools, making garden cleanup as easy as putting them away. How do you keep your tools in tip-top shape? Share your best maintenance hack in the comments. This simple sand and oil trick isn't just about keeping tools pretty. It's about keeping them functional, so they work with you instead of against you. With just a bucket and a few minutes of setup, you'll have tools that last longer, work better, and are always ready to get back in the dirt. Gardening doesn't have to wear you out. With just a few thoughtful changes, you can create a space that works with your body instead of against it. A place where beauty grows without the aches, and where every plant is a reminder of what's possible when we adapt with care. Whether it's raising your garden to meet you, letting mulch keep weeds at bay, or finding tools that feel good in your hands, small adjustments can lead to big rewards. You're not just growing plants, you're growing peace, pride, and the joy that comes from nurturing life season after season. If even one of these tips makes your day easier, helps you garden longer, or keeps you smiling while you work, that's a win worth sharing. If one of these ideas sparked an "I can do that" moment, give this video a like. Share it with a fellow gardener who could use a little inspiration. And subscribe to the Evergreen Seniors, where gardening grows better with age. Because the garden you love should always love you back.